Hi guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another episode of Heritage News in the South East. So this is your series if you want to find out all the updates on the latest rail movements, rail tours, heritage events and so much more, anything that's going on in your area particularly, this is the channel for you. So let's get into this week's news.
Platform 8 for the 22-28 Southern
So yeah, welcome back to Heritage News in the South East. I apologise about the little gap last week. I was actually on my holidays and I was over in the beautiful Isle of Wight, and we actually did visit the Isle of Wight Steam Railway at Haven Street for their 40s experience event, and what an absolute event this is. Little clip there on screen for you, really doesn't do it justice in terms of how good this event was. I love Haven Street. My family come from the island anyway, so it's really nice to get back there. So yeah, please check out that video on the channel if you would like to. But let's get straight into this week's news. So yeah, the first bit of news I want to get through is actually going to be a celebration going on this weekend on Saturday the 13th of July, and it's involving a celebration of return to steam for the A2 Peppercorn locomotive Bluepeter 60532. Now that's actually going to be held at King's Cross, and like I say, it's going to be taking place this Saturday the 13th of July, and I believe it's going to be on platform 8 as well. So this is an event if you really want to see Bluepeter. It's going to be as far south as it's going to be for a little while now here in King's Cross, so I really would applaud you to check it out. So essentially at 3 o'clock at London's King's Cross, as part of the celebration, Bluepeter will haul a demonstration train to York departing at approximately 14:10. Now in addition to this, it will also hold a rededication of the Class 57 locomotive 57311, and it will be rededicated as the Institution of Mechanical Engineers. So if you are in the area or you do want to go get up there, I would advise getting up there quite early, because whenever there's a steam train in London, these platforms normally tend to get quite packed, especially at the weekend. There's probably going to be quite a few spotters there, so make sure you get there early. But on to the next bit of news. So the next bit of news actually comes from the Lavender line, situated in East Sussex. So essentially they are closed at the moment, and now they're closed for just general maintenance, gardening, coach cleaning, general odds and sods around the railway. Now the next open days are actually going to be the 21st July, which is going to be a diesel day, which I believe is probably going to be one of the thumper units, if I know the Lavender line, or they do actually have a steam event on the 28th of July. Now I believe they've got a steam tram there, so that's probably going to be quite worth paying a visit to see, because they normally only run the thumpers, so it's nice that they've got a steam event coming up. And of course obviously you do have the tea rooms there, and you do have Reido's miniature railway, which will be operating on those days as well. So make sure you go out and check the Lavender line. It's still one that's available to me at the moment, so I might just pay them a visit that weekend. On to the next bit of news. Now the next bit of news is coming back from the Kent and East Sussex Railway yet again. So they do actually have a little event, a bit of a surprise one actually, coming up this weekend, Saturday the 13th of July again. And it's actually going to be traction engines take over the railway. So they're going to have full-size traction engines there on display, and I believe they're going to be doing demonstrations as well. And it's going to be at least 8 miniature traction engines there at the railway as well. I'm kind of torn up at the moment whether I want to visit Bluepeter or whether I want to go and see the traction engine, because I am a sucker for traction engines. So yeah, it's a bit of a surprise event. I believe you could probably just pay the general admission, which I think is £1 or maybe £2, just to enter the platform. You can see the traction engines, but of course obviously you can maybe get a call by one of the steam locomotives or diesels, depends what's running, and you go down to Bodiam, which I believe there is going to be more miniature traction engines down there to see. So an event well worth going to see. Let's roll on to the next bit of news. So the next bit of news is actually coming back from the Bluebell Railway again. Looked like their model railway exhibition was a major success last weekend, and they have literally just announced now their brand new Brighton Atlantic beachyhead, brand new built. It's going to be the newest built steam locomotive in the country. Now they are doing a 10-day haul celebration for it. Now tickets are actually currently on sale. I believe it goes into traffic on the 23rd of August, and like I say, there's going to be a 10-day celebration there for it. So I'd highly recommend getting on the website and getting your tickets. I believe tickets will be available on the door, but of course obviously you will get a discount if you do visit their website and obviously pre-book the tickets. I think this one's going to be a major event. Obviously, brand new built steam locomotive in the country. Everyone's going to want to travel down or travel from wherever to come and see it. So make sure you try and get there if you can, because I think this is an event really not to be missed. So rewinding back to the Kent and East Sussex Railway again very quickly, I don't know if you remember a couple of episodes ago I obviously stated that Reido Trains had secured Marcia with help from other obviously beneficiaries, and they have got her back down to the Kent and East Sussex Railway, so they do actually co-own her now, and obviously Marcia is going to be there to stay. Now essentially she has got restrictive funds in order to obviously do any maintenance and obviously get her back up and running, so obviously she can get on the line. Now I could have seen this one coming personally, I would have put money on it, but Reido Trains have actually released a range of 00 gauge wagons, and they are all linked to Marcia themselves, so you can see them there on screen now. So you've got the Peckett and Sons Limited, the Hunslet Engine Co Limited, you've got Manning Wardle and Co Limited, or you've got the Andrew Barclay and Sons and Co Limited. Like I say, they're all going to be linked to her. They're all 00 gauge 7 plank RCH 1907 spec, and all profits do go to the upkeep of the Peckett 1631 Marcia. Now they're £30 each, and that does include free shipping. I kind of feel that's a little bit pricey. It's not too out of line in terms of what you'd expect to pay for a brand new wagon, tooled wagon these days. Supposing that these are brand new tooled, and they're not just repaints, and obviously they're selling them at a high-end price. But if you do want to support Marcia and obviously the restoration of her, and you know, help keep her maintenance there at the Kent and East Sussex Railway for many, many years to come, this might be a nice little token to get. Then obviously you've got something for your model railway layout. But on to the next bit of news. So the next bit of news actually involves a couple of rail tours happening very, very soon. So tomorrow is actually going to be the Great British Seaside Tour, and that's actually going to be running through Hastings, and it's going to be hauled by Class 67. And then next Tuesday, the 16th, you do have the Garden of England Lunchtime Tour, and that's actually going to be hauled again by 7000 Britannia. So she's actually be going through Kent again as well. Head to Reido Trains, and obviously you can see the movements for both of those rail tours coming up very, very soon. Britannia seems to like it here in Kent. I don't blame her. It's very nice, but yeah, she's going to be passing again through this next Tuesday, so make sure you check out the times and try and get along the line to see her. So yeah, we're going to finish off with the segment that I introduced last week of Picture of the Week. Now this picture is actually quite a sad one, but I just thought I would include it because obviously it commemorates quite an historic event 57 years ago as of yesterday. So it was actually the last day on the 9th of July 1967 that the last bit of Southern Steam ran, and it was the end of an era. Obviously this picture that you can see in front of me speaks 1,000 words. Historic event. Unfortunately steam came to an end, times move on, but obviously we've still got loads and loads of steam trains left in the country to be able to enjoy, so luckily it wasn't the end. But yeah, I really hope you've enjoyed that. If you have, please give us a like, comment down below and subscribe. Let me know if you're going to be attending any of these events very soon. Any ones that I've missed coming up, or anything you'd like to see feature going on in next week's episodes. And I will see you in the next one. See you guys.